Hello, concert band brass players. I'm looking here at the third lyrical etude, the one on the bottom of the page. Just a reminder that you only need to pick one from each side, so if you're already doing a different lyrical etude, you obviously don't need to prepare this one as well. Before we start, you should pause the video and make sure you have a pencil, your music, and probably your instrument too, because you'll want to try some stuff out that we're talking about. Okay, this is one of my favorite lyrical trumpet etudes, but I do have to warn you that it's quite a bit harder than it looks. So if you know yourself, you know that you're somebody who has some rhythm issues or some pulse issues at all, maybe don't go there. Look at the second one instead. So, you look at it right away. First thing, key signature is kind of gross, right? We're in concert G flat major. Not a very comfortable key for most of us. It's a lot of flats. The time signature, we are in 4/4 in common time, but you'll notice a lot of different like triplet figures and just different subdivisions of the beat. So kind of be on the lookout for those. You'll need a really steady pulse to do them. So in the first phrase, which I'm going to say goes to here, the first kind of long phrase, main thing here is to be very gentle and singing. Cantabile means singing. Nice and relaxed, gentle. Something like this 16th note triplet there can be sort of fiery, for lack of a better word. If you really attack it, you don't want to do that. You want to just kind of let it roll off gently. Make sure that you're looking at all of the slurs and hairpins. So you get this little guy in there. The slurs are you have to be very accurate, so slur from this note all the way to this note and then tongue this one. That sort of thing. So just taking everything that it says on the music and making sure you're doing exactly that. And then you do want to so in general, you just kind of want to phrase with the music, but you will see anything that's accented like this, or anything that's kind of an unusual flat, unusual accidental, you'll want to kind of emphasize the notes that don't belong. And you'll hear that when I demonstrate it. Last thing in this phrase is this rontando at the end. It's going to have to be kind of sudden on these three notes, but you still want it to be gentle, and just like you're kind of falling into that last measure there. So I'm going to play the first phrase for you. Kind of listen for the stuff that we said. So just a really gentle, gentle phrase. Next part of this, which is the section that has all the triple duple stuff going on, that's really the most important and difficult thing. So you'll want to count this to yourself. Let me switch colors here. 4, 1, triplet. Making sure this is on the lit part of that. Triplet. 3, triplet, 1. So just making sure you get that very triplety subdivision in there. And then it gets even a little trickier down in the next little subphrase here. You've got the triplet here, but then you've got a very straight duple eighth note following it. So this is going to be 1, triplet, 3, and 4, and then 4 is another triplet. So 1, triplet, 3, and lit 1. Make sure this is also a triplet. So really important to keep a steady pulse, hopefully in your foot or something. Tap your foot and subdivide those accurately. Meanwhile, it should all be gentle, phrased as nicely as you can. Little shape here. The pianissimo, don't take it too literally, don't go too quietly, don't go any quieter than you can play well with good sound. So here's the second little phrase. Okay, so you kind of heard the subdivisions there. Make sure this accent is not too much, right? Kind of gentle on the accent. Gentle. I should probably write more. Okay, so the next phrase is really very similar. Again, that same triple, duple subdivision thing. Again, with a gentle accent. This time, you're kind of falling into what's really sort of a coda or an ending. These accents, it even says specifically piano accent. It's not going to be an accent in kind of the marching band sense. It's really just a little bit of pressure on the note, a little bit of emphasis, which I think you'll hear pretty clearly when I play it. Here, it says definitely piano here, and then it says crescendo, and then piano again here. So the way I would interpret this is that you're getting a little bit more tension, a little bit louder there, and then sort of subito piano. And you might have a different interpretation, that's fine. You can hear how I play it. This measure, I like to do a little bit of a hairpin here, just for kind of musical tension there. And then this does have to be slurred. That's an octave jump to a kind of high note, just as gentle as you can. It's not easy. And these last three notes, long and spaced, like almost with a breath in between, and just really kind of solemn and final. It's the ending. So I'll go ahead and play that last phrase for you, and you can kind of look at some of the things that we just went over. All right, so you can kind of hear all the stuff we talked about, just the whole thing as gentle and kind of nice and calm as you can play it. I think that is all I have for you. So good luck. Remember the triple duple thing. That's probably the hardest part of this etude. And have fun with this one.